Good afternoon, everyone. It's fantastic to be here with all of you to talk about one of the hottest topics in the industry, AI, the power of AI, and how to bring it to life into your organization. Before we get started, let me start with a personal reflection. I first encountered AI in year 2004 when I first participated in a course called Computational Neuroscience. This is a multidisciplinary subject which aims at studying neuroscience with the help of computational neuroscience. My background is computer science, so I was a developer writing programs simulating the functions of human brain, and that is where it started. At that time, it was, if you think of AI, it was just only in either science fiction or in research. These are the only two fields where artificial intelligence is talked about. But out of my curiosity, I started creating papers, started presenting at various conferences. And in fact, this is a picture from my very first public speaking presentation. This was year 2004, and the topic of my presentation was the impact of machine learning algorithms. But half of the audience felt that it really made an impact on their insomnia. Because no one heard about artificial intelligence or machine learning 20 years ago. But fast forward 20 years, the landscape has completely changed. Now everything is about AI. There won't be even a single day that goes by without you witnessing some new development or new progress in AI. Some company is doing some outstanding thing or significant progress in an AI software, AI tool. And AI has actually permeated into every industry, from healthcare to finance to entertainment to any industry that you take. AI is actually changing the trend in that industry. And not only that, AI has actually permeated into the lives of everybody. Now we are all using AI every single day. Now, what is this buzz about? What is this hype? Did it happen overnight? Or did it happen in isolation? Wherever you go now, you hear about artificial intelligence or generative AI. So how exactly this technology has got developed in past few years? Now, to me, it did not happen overnight. It did not happen in isolation. It is actually a combination of multiple different technologies that has enabled its evolution over a period of several decades. Think about it, right? Cloud and the infrastructure. Now, you have infrastructure at your fingertips. You cloud, all the cloud, now you have multiple cloud organizations enabling you to bring that computing power. Almost unlimited computing power is in our hands right now. Earlier, if you want to start a company, so you have to build an infrastructure, IT technology infrastructure, data center. Right now, if you have a credit card, you could just go and buy infrastructure from the cloud provider, and you could get started immediately, almost immediately. And that infrastructure provided the foundation for technologies like AI and generative AI. And think about exponential growth in data. This data growth is driven by tools like social media tools and Internet of Things, which are adopted seamlessly by users. And everyone started updating their data, and then that availability of data acted as a precursor for these machine learning algorithms to train on, AI to train on. That availability of the data, if you think of 15 years ago, you don't have a lot of data, but social media tools have enabled that availability of the data. That acted another factor that actually brought AI revolution. And most importantly, investments, corporate investments, venture capitals, and enthusiasm in startup founders to bring new ideas to life. So all of these culminated into artificial intelligence and generative AI, what we are seeing right now. Traditionally, when we talk about artificial intelligence, what we mean is these advanced technologies like machine learning, deep learning, optical character recognition. You must have heard all of these technical terms, which we are using for different use cases to analyze data, large sets of data which was not possible to analyze previously. Now we are able to do it with these advanced techniques and predict the data. You not only analyzing the data, you can even predict what happens next with AI. You can classify the data. So these are all the things that are made possible with this artificial intelligence. When we talk about this traditional artificial intelligence, that is what it means. It has been there for a while. Now, what actually happened in November 2022 with the release of ChatGPT? AI created that hype, that buzz, and everyone now is talking about AI with the release of ChatGPT. What's the difference and what exactly happened? Why this hype? Because up until that point, the traditional AI was predominantly focusing on only B2B, business use cases, enterprise use cases. Now, with generative AI, the traditional AI was taken to next step. Now, we are able to analyze the data, predict the data, transform the data. Now, what's next? The next is generation and creation. Now, with generative AI, you are not only predicting the data. So, imagine a system which not only reads the image, it actually creates a photorealistic image which looks exactly same as original image. Or imagine a system which not only reads the text, it creates a marketing copywriting email or a sales letter instantaneously. Because now we took this technology into the next step from analysis, prediction, to optimization, to generation and content creation. Now, generative AI can create content. When we say content, it can create text, it can create images, it can create video, it can even create music, art. That is the evolution that happened with artificial intelligence and generative AI. So that is why generative AI created that buzz, because with this technology, AI was placed in the hands of direct consumer like you and I. Now we are all using AI. So how many of you are using ChatGPT? You're all consumers of artificial intelligence right now. So with that, now let's look at the potential. Now we talked about this AI. So what is generative AI? How it is making impact on multiple industries and multiple functions. If you think about the impact, McKinsey came out with an interesting research last year. It researched all the different different functions and different industries. The functions include marketing and sales, customer operations, product R&D, software engineering, supply chain, and tech, and the industries like finance and energy, education, healthcare. So generative AI is expected to make $2.5 to $4.5 trillion impact if all of the use cases are implemented in next few years. $2.5 to $4.5 trillion impact, which is very huge. Now, where is this impact going? If you think about the impact, 75% of the $2.5 to $4.5 trillion is going into 4 areas: sales and marketing, software engineering, R&D, and customer operations. 75% of this 4.5 trillion is going into those 4 industries, and rest of the industries are slowly catching up. The adoption is quite fast in those 4 areas. Adoption is quite slow in rest of the areas. So the adoption is not uniform. Is there any particular reason? Because this is a new technology, the adoption depends on the value it can add and the risk it can add. So if there is a high value, low risk, the adoption is quite fast. If you think about sales and marketing, product R&D, writing code, software engineering, most of my teams write code using Copilot, GitHub Copilot. Now, once you write one line of code, it automatically generates next few lines of the code. So the adoption is quite fast because there is no risk here, very, very minimal risk if you are using AI to write a copyright, marketing copywriting, or sales letter. But the value is very high. You can just increase the productivity by 100 times, 200 times. When it comes to other industries like healthcare, there is a lot of scope, lot of potential to use AI in healthcare. But think about the risk. You cannot deploy artificial intelligence algorithm which is just 90% probability and cannot predict a healthcare outcome. You have to be 100% sure if you are to deploy any healthcare system. So that is where the rest of the industry is going a little slow in terms of adoption. Now, potential is good. There's a lot of potential, $4.5 trillion. How many organizations are really converting this potential into performance? I mean, how many organizations are they really just talking about AI, or are they doing something productively which impacts the bottom line and top line of the organization? So Gartner did a research early this year, and if you look at the numbers, 21% of the organizations are in production mode. They deployed AI in some shape or some form in some of their organizations, some of their applications. And 35% exploration mode, 38% still piloting, but everyone is evaluating the risk and governance of AI. 100%, everybody is in evaluation of risk mode. If you see the comparison of 2023 and 2024, you see that dramatic shift from exploring, from disruptions, all the way to focus on execution, generating results, and also we're going to see some public failures in 2024. So 2024 is really the first year of execution when it comes to AI deployment in a lot of organizations. I'm sure most of you would agree to this. Most of you would realize this industry trend. Now, let me spend next few minutes on how you can bring AI into your organization. So this is a new technology. How do you implement this technology into your organization? Is there any framework? Is it only exploration and failure mode, or is there any structured method with which you can apply this AI and bring really results into your organization? That's what I'd like to spend next few minutes. I'm going to talk about a 5-step framework which you can use. So when you talk about a framework, 5-step, what should be your very first step in implementing AI? If you want to bring AI into your organization, what should be your very first step? It is about defining your vision, your business vision. I mean, we don't bring a technology because there is some cool technology out there. We have to be crystal clear on what our vision is and how we are trying to accomplish that vision. What's my business vision? And that is the key question that we have to ask and answer here is, what are we trying to accomplish with our organization? What are the results that we want to see? And that vision, when you clarify that vision, then you move to next step. Here, you would be a little bit more specific. What is the specific use case for AI in your organization? Is it going to be in sales? Is it going to be in marketing, customer operations? Where do you start? I mean, AI can impact different functions, different industries. Which industry do you operate in? Which function you want to leverage AI for? So that is the very next step. So what specific problems that you want to solve? Where can I use AI? What is the impact that I'm expecting? Is it cost savings? Or is it efficiency improvement? Do I want to improve my developer productivity? Or do I want to improve my marketing department's productivity? What exactly is the specific use case that you are looking for? And being very clear on it and estimated impact that AI can make. And these two steps will get you started. So once you get started, the third step, which is most crucial, you must have heard about this: data is the lifeblood or oil or whatever that may be for AI. The AI algorithms, the efficiency, accuracy of AI algorithms depends on data. That is why whoever has data, better data, they are going to produce better systems. We are seeing these bigger companies have got this better data, and that's why they are coming up with these innovative systems quite faster. So if you have data, it is not just a technology question, or do I have a data? Immediately you would think, okay, data is all about technology. No. Data is all about privacy. Can you use that data? What are the regulations? Is your data regulated? Are you operating in a regulated industry? We talk about AI can include bias, or AI can include the fairness questions on AI. All of these are, in fact, related to data. So what type of data that you have? And how do you prepare that data? What are your privacy concerns? Are you allowed to use the data in the first place? For example, consider industries like healthcare. There are lots of potential to use AI algorithms, but the data, do you have the consent from the people where that data is originated from? No. So that is why this plays a very important role. Do I have the data? Now, these two steps can be interchanged. For example, you're a company where you have lots of data. You can define a use case based on that data. Because your data, if you have lots of data, you can think of what insights that I can generate from data. Or if you have use case, then you can go out and find the data. These two steps can be interchanged. Now, once you have the data, once you set a solid foundation, and that is where you are going to go and choose technologies, very specific technologies that you are going to operate on. What technologies that I use? Is it a generative AI problem? Is it an AI problem? What particular technology that I'm going to deploy? Am I going to build the application, or am I going to buy the application from a vendor? That is where the technology questions comes into picture. And most importantly, talent. You have to have right talent, people in place to make any AI project successful. In general, for any accomplishment, I strongly believe life is people. So that applies to AI as well. If you don't have right people, with right skills, right resources in place, you cannot succeed in any of these efforts. So even if you have the best data, even if you have best technologies, people are the backbone. They are the ones who are going to make your AI project successful. So the focus is going to be your technology selection, skill, resource assessment. Now, with all of these four, you can deploy AI projects. Then what's the next step? What could be the next step? Because your AI solution is in place. This is not a one-time task. When a solution is in place, it has to continuously improve, and continuous monitoring and continuous optimization of the solution is the key for any AI, because this is a very dynamic field. The technologies are changing quite fast. and you have to monitor your solution, keep that solution relevant to the original problem that you started off with. And if your data is relevant, sometimes data gets obsoleted, then your machine learning solutions or artificial intelligence solutions would be an obsolete solutions. They are not going to give you the accuracy that you are looking for. So you've got to continuously retrain your solutions, your algorithms. You have to re-optimize your systems, continuous improvement. In addition to that, KPIs. How do I measure the performance of my system? There is no one-size-fits-all solution to measure AI solutions. You have to define for your business problem, for your use case, what is exactly the KPI that you want to measure. So with these 5 steps, when you implement, you are not only deploying an AI solution, you are unlocking the full potential of artificial intelligence in your organization. Now, before we get into Q&A, I'd like to close with this quote. So you may ask, what is the limit of this artificial intelligence? Now, you saw the evolution, artificial intelligence to generative AI. Now you're generating content, creating content. So what's next? What are the limits? So I like this quote from Sir Arthur Clarke, who is a science fiction writer. The only way to discover the future, only way to discover the limits of possibility is to just aim for impossible. So what this quote states for me is the true innovation happens only when you question the status quo and dream big and execute with determination. That is a sure shot way to bring your AI vision into an outstanding success. Thank you so much, everyone. If you have any questions, I think we will have more deeper dive discussions on AI.
Can you explain the difference between, I was regular AI and then you said generative AI? What's the main difference between those?
So generative AI, do you use ChatGPT?
Yeah.
That is generative AI.
Okay.
So the difference between regular AI and generative AI is regular AI has been in existence with a lot of systems. As an example, in healthcare, you have very specific image recognition algorithms that can be used to read MRIs, to read X-rays, and can tell you the predictions of it and can help the physician. So that is a regular traditional machine learning algorithms. What it can do is when you input a lot of data to traditional AI, it can make predictions or it can classify the data into multiple types and it can learn on its own. When it comes to generative AI, it takes that AI into next step. It not only makes the prediction, it creates the content. Now, ChatGPT can write an email for you. And how is it writing the email? It is actually predicting the next word. So when I say my name, and it's going to predict the next word is. That's it. It's going to write extremely faster prediction and with extreme accuracy. It is going to write an entire paragraph in the context of the question that you ask. So that is a generation. So similarly, it can predict the picture's pixel. And if you ask an advanced generative AI image recognition algorithm to generate a picture of a cloud, and it is going to create that picture because it knows it gets trained on multiple images of the cloud. And traditional AI can differentiate, okay, this is a picture of a mountain, this is a picture of a cloud. It can just classify. Whereas generative AI can even generate that picture. Thank you so much, everyone.